Hi, everyone. Just give everyone a few seconds to join the call, although we are going to kick off straight away because we have got a pretty jam-packed session today. But hello and Merry early Christmas as well. You can see I'm very festive at the moment. We've got the Christmas tree, we've got the Christmas jumper. Welcome back, everyone, to our Alto Bite Size, our final webinar of the year as well. And we've really crammed it to the brim for you. We're giving you an extra long session today as well. And we're taking a look back at 2025 to ensure you haven't missed anything that's happened this year. So in today's webinar, we're looking at key processes in Alto, changes which have been implemented, and all of our top tips. And we even have some special guest speakers for you as well. I'm Emma, and I'm a senior education expert here at Alto, and I'm joined by Madeline, who's one of our Alto software trainers. And Hello. We have Phil, who's our senior pre-sales consultant, and Vic, who's our head of customer success. So you'll hear from them a little bit later on. But let's kick off. We'll jump in with the agenda here today. So to begin with, we're going to be looking at the 2025 rewind. We're then going to go into engaging emails that impact, then effortless works orders for property managers, then Keyflow, the ultimate property workflow. You've then got Alto Analytics, from data to action, maximizing your prospecting, agentic AI, enhanced offering. Then we've got our Q&A, and then finally we'll wrap up with our competition, a chance to enter our next competition, and we're going to do the prize draw for the last few months as well. So if you can, please do stay until the end. So I am going to kick us straight off before I hand over. It's a bit of a busy screen, but if you can take it all in, just to look back at some of our 2025 wins, really, and what's happened. Trying to fit a whole year of incredible changes and development into just a few minutes is near impossible, but we'll give you the highlights. So if you see anything on here you want any more information about, or if you haven't heard about it yet, then do drop a message in the chat so we can reach out and make sure you know the full details. But we're just going to cover a few of these here. So we've got the automated vendor onboarding via Keyflow. So the continued development of Keyflow has sped up the onboarding process for you, and it aims to cut the slow, repetitive admin. You might not even be aware yet, but we've brought in brand new ID and AML verification powered by ThirdFort, which is fully embedded into Alto and Keyflow. You have the ability to e-sign documents via Keyflow, and new functionality is just being finalized right now to be able to sign on behalf of your landlords via eSign too. So there's loads of changes there. We've massively improved the property information questionnaire as part of the onboarding process. We've added over 250 new questions, and you can tailor that questionnaire now so that when you're bringing on a property, you have a preset questionnaire that you can send out to your vendors. So if you don't know how to do that, do let us know. There's training on doing that as well and setting that up. It's a really flexible and versatile questionnaire now for you. We've also got real-time leads. So you receive real-time leads from Rightmove, Zoopla, and On the Market without any delay now. There's an average of 20% clicks saved per lead. So they're always working on improving that and speeding that up. Alto Analytics, you now have enhanced analytics with property management dashboards, compliance, maintenance, arrears. You have instant insights via customizable reports, and there's no report merging needed. It's all there really clear. A lot of work has gone into making that as easy to use as possible. There's easier performance analysis with year-on-year reporting. Loads and loads of Alto Analytics, so make sure you're using them to best work for your business as well. Partner integrations, we are an advocate on Bitesize for shouting out our partners every month, but that has been a huge and continued development focus over the last year, and we really want you to make sure you have every tool you could possibly need within Alto, and we want to find the best companies as well that can provide each service for you. So it's not just finding any companies, it's finding the ones that are really high quality and that can provide the best quality service for you. And the ones we found, they're all vetted, they're all held to really strict SLAs, and they're all integrated directly within Alto, making it really super simple for you to actually start working with them. And the list just keeps on growing as well. So I'll call out later on in the webinar where you can see them within Alto if you don't already know, but really worth always having a browse on them and just seeing what's new, and seeing if there's any that you do want to use. We've got Alto lettings progression as well. So this new process streamlines onboarding tenants, and it provides everyone with enhanced visibility at every stage. There's built-in compliance, including support for the Renters' Rights Bill. And Alto is the only CRM with integrated tenant onboarding app. So really, really interesting and amazing progress for that side of the business as well. You've got listing prep automation. You can now build a listing on a single page, which is a huge change from the previous design. And I'm sure many of you have worked through it, where you've had to work your way through tabs and work your way across tabs. And you have to make sure that every section of that is completed. And actually, now it's all on one page, and it's taking you step by step, and it's telling you if there's anything missed, which is so simple but so effective, and such a change from the way it used to be. And we had an amazing addition with the AI powered media uploader, which now automatically labels your rooms for you. It can create descriptions based on images you've added. It's, as an ex-estate agent, I think that's an absolute game changer, because that takes such a long time writing out details and trying to think of what to say about each property, making it all a bit different. And the fact that it's there at a click of a button is incredible. So make sure, if you haven't used that yet, take a look at it and see if it works for you. And you have integrated listing approval via Keyflow as well. So it's all in one place. You can send the task to your homeowner to check the listing, and then you get that notification back in Alto as well. So really, really speeding up those quite slow processes, getting those properties on as well. We've got Alto prospecting. You are going to hear a little bit about that later on as well. But if you haven't taken a look at it, then make sure you do. There is, I think, the overview video. Oh, there's a prospecting demo link in the docs section if you are interested. But it's a data-led prospecting tool powered by Sprift. And it's a marketing and touting tool, effectively. It allows you to find new opportunities full of addresses and the ability to send out communication to specific properties or areas straight from Alto prospecting. But you can actually find individual addresses. And I know, again, being an ex-agent, you would be trying to work out properties from Street View of where they are in an area, when you're looking for new opportunities. And this just takes all of the blurriness out of that and gives you the information straight away. But we are going to see a little video later on from that as well. And finally, we've got continuous improvement. Just to call it out, there's been 131 defects fixed year to date in 2025. That's 118% year-on-year improvement in fixing defects. So you can see how active the team is in constantly working to improve and to make the system better for you. 69 small user experience enhancements in 2025 as well. So yeah, continued focus on that as well. And you can see the year-to-date achievements on the left-hand side there. So now that I've crammed you full of all of that information, we've set the scene for all the incredible changes that have been taking place over the year. I'm now going to hand over to Mads to jump straight in with a live demo, kicking off with creative, engaging emails, I believe is the first thing we're looking at. I will stop sharing for you, Mads, and over to you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what we've done on this today, we've picked out sort of four key areas. We're also going to highlight the prospecting side of it, but we're also kind of looked back at sort of 4 key points and areas that we've done over Bitesize in the last year, and we're going to revisit them. So today it's going to be sort of quick, short, sort of showing of you how to do things and that, but if you need any extra further training on it, please do reach out to us as well, because we're happy to help on that side of it. So I'm going to kick off with engaging emails. The first point of this is in regards to, you would need to have this particular tool switched on in your system admin area. So to do this, you would go in your settings here, your templates and admin, and then just on this left-hand side, you've got email templates. But to switch that on, you would need to go under your system tools and get rid of the pop-up and go into your group settings, and you would have here, use your email template designer. That will then automatically have this when you give the screen a little refresh, as we normally do. It will have your email templates available in here. Okay, so if we click into this, you can select your, as we did with letters last week, you can select your emails be between branches and brands as well, or you could just have it for all branches. But one thing to note with these emails, when you turn it on, everybody in your branch is going to have access to it. So if they don't want to use it, it's best to have that conversation first to say, we're going to switch this on, can we do this? You can see from the example on mine here that I've obviously got quite a few that are already been set up. So I'll show you some examples of one once I've gone through kind of how you would structure these emails. What we have here is to create your email template, you would just need to go into actions. You can either create a brand new email template, or you can create an email template from an existing one. I'm going to use an existing one because I want to make sure that everything was blank so I could give you a blank screen. So if we create from an existing, I'm just going to find my bite-sized one and create my new template. On here, hopefully you can see this as well. Now this has popped up. On here, you will see, obviously it opens up this sort of structure for you to get the template up and running. Always recommend to have it on full screen and show your structure as well, so you can see exactly how it all breaks down. How you would work this is you've got your content on the tabs on the side, you've got your rows, and you've got your overall settings. So the first point what we would always recommend is starting with your rows. You can start with your settings, but they're kind of general settings in regards to your background colors, your content area background color, your fonts, your link colors, your content area alignment as well. I normally go in with the rows first so I can start building that block of that template. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some of these rows over. Okay, so we can just say here, for example, just a couple of rows and how I want my email to be structured. Let's get this one, pull it over if it wants to actually sit there. There we go. So I've kind of started to create that sort of, you know, the frame of that email. Then we can start using our content. So in the content, you've got title, images, buttons, dividers, socials, videos, icons, menu, text. You've got quite an range of things. So I'm going to start first of all with bringing over an image. Okay, so you'll see here, this is where I can now drop a file image that I have in here. To find these images, you would need to click into the browse. And what you can see, you've got three different options in here. So I've got my uploads. So this is where information or pictures, sorry, that we've uploaded into the background of here that we can use, whether that be your logos, any kind of stock images as well that you want to use. You can also import images, URLs, you know, from Facebook, Google Drive, Box, Google Photos, however you want to do it. And you can also go in and search for free photos, which is powered by Pexels. Okay, so you can try and find the photos that you're looking for, pictures that kind of relate to what you're setting up for. Normally, these email templates, setting these up are really good for using, especially if you're in the lettings side as well. This is what I've done with these demos today, is mixed it up a little bit between lettings and sales, is like from your events management dashboard, being able to bulk email out. That's the only way the merge codes work, I will say that. So the first image that I'm going to use is I'm just going to bring in my logo to Faulkner Homes. So you can see that's starting to come in there. I can also do the properties of this, so I can align it in between the middle, to the left, to the right. I can use a dynamic image. I can change the image as well. I can do a call to action underneath here as well. And then I can also set how I want it on the blocks, and I can hide it if I want to on certain systems, so whether it be a desktop or a mobile. Again, they're going to bring in another content drop in here. So for example, what I might want to do is bring in a little bit of text in here. Okay, so this is where my text is going to go in, and I can put in whatever the text would be, whether it's like a templated thing for your, for example, for, you know, for a gas safety check or something as well. So you can put in your text in there. And again, you can put in any other bits as well, any padding. You can hide it on certain areas. You can also do any link colors in there with your text properties, pretty much like how you see in the standard Word. Back to my content. Now I'm going to drag over maybe a button on here as well. So then under this button, if you click on it, again, you've got your background colors, your content area. You've also got your borders as well. If I click on the actual button, this is where I can embed the link in if I want to drive somebody to somewhere. So say, for example, it's a booking form or something along that line. Then I might want to also add in my socials in there as well. And then also might want to put in some more images at the bottom. So I'm just going to drag these over quickly first, so then I can, on here. Under your socials, you've got the 4 options that come up straight away. Okay, you can remove any of these icons if you don't want to use them, but you can embed your links to these particular social platforms as well. We've also got the option under here, many different ones that you can also choose from. So if you want to add in your WhatsApp, for example, to connect people to your WhatsApp, you can add that in as well. Then back to this here, we can add any images that we want. So whether it would be, again, any uploaded images in here, I'm just going to add anyone in for an example. So you've got a picture here and then another one that we might want to add in as well. Okay, so I'm just going to grab that one. Okay, so you can see here, it's very basic, this one, but I'm going to sort of show you one I made earlier on here as well, but it's very basic. But you can also embed links in underneath the images as well. You can add videos in, so if you want to drive people to a 360 tour of this, for example, as well, you can do that too. You have got a list of merge codes which are available. You can embed them into your email templates if you're sending them in bulk from the dashboard. Unfortunately, they will not work on individual emails from contact records. So there is a list. I'm sure that will be shared in the chat box for you where you can find those merge codes one. But in the overall settings, this is where you can also change all your background colors, for example, as well. So I can have a full background color. You can align it to your actual brand. Okay. Once you've done that, you would just need to, let me just come down to the bottom, come out of the full screen as well. But what you can also do is you can preview it on a desktop mode. You move that up, desktop mode as well, or you can do it on iPad, mobile as well. So you're able to see what this email would look like. Okay. You would need to give it a name as well before you can save it. So I'm just going to put in test in here as an example. Click on save, and then that template will be there available. There's already one test, so I can't do that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example of one that we've already created as well. So that's kind of how you would build them and put them together. So say, for example, we're going to go for our dashboard and we've got a gas safety due. So if I open this one as an example, you'll see here this template that's been built. Okay, if I scroll it down, how it's put all the images in. I put it on full screen, you can see it. All the images are on here. The merge codes have been added in because these ones do work when you're doing the bulk emailing from the dashboard, and you can create your template and you might just have to edit them before you send them as well. Just to, for example, like a property inspection one, you might need to put the date in to say that you're going to be turning up on XYZ date between this time. Okay, so that's how you do that. To populate those emails as well, once you've got them all set up, you've got lovely templates, they're all sat in here. You can easily go, like I said, you've got your bulk emails that you can do from your property management dashboard. So I can go in here and I can grab my gas safety ones, and then I can start to email all my landlords, and I can use that template to email my landlords. Merge codes do appear up here, but this is the only point that they do appear is at this point here where you can add them in, but you can pre-add them in when you're creating the template and they work in that area. To do individual templates as well, so if you're sending an email individually, as you're aware, you would just go into either a contact record here, for example, and then I can just select on here and then pull it up from here. As mentioned, those merge codes do not work when you're doing those individual templates. So that's kind of like a quick overview of putting your email templates together. Like I said, they're all stored in your system administration. You can use them from your property management dashboard. You can use them from contact records as well. You can also go into your groups, for example, say, for example, you want to send an email to all of your applicants or all of your tenants at Christmas. So you can go and check here, just any group that you might have, select all of them here, say 92220 contacts, actions, and send an email. And then that will populate your email templates up for you to choose as well. Say, for example, you want to send a Christmas greetings one to them. So moving on from there, that's kind of the email templates. And this is where we do have these Ignite sessions available where we can go more deeper into this with you step by step. So next along the line, I'm going to jump into our works orders. So this is something that we did cover back in probably about 6 months ago, I think. We did sort of the works orders for property managers as well. So a works order can be populated from a property record or from a supplier's record as well. So I'm going to do it from a property record. So I'm going to give some little tips on this as well. I'm going to take a property that I've got that's let, that obviously has a tenant in it. As you'll see, we've got these new things that are populating here now, where it takes you through to the critical dates as well. But to create a works order, we would need to begin the property record, and then we would need to, I just need to make my screen a little bit smaller because it's not allowing me to get to the bottom. We will go into the management and we've got the works order tab here. What we will do is we will click on add works order. Okay, and what it's automatically done, it's populated the property information and it's populated my tenant's information as well. We just don't have the supplier in here. You can click on here, you can see an overview of the property record, so you've got access to your landlord's details in there as well. And then you've also got, you can click on the pink one here and you've also got access again to your landlord, you can see on there, and you've also got your tenant's information if it's stored in there as well. Here, through the steps of here, you've got your status. So when you're opening up a new works order, it will automatically start it as a new request. It will create a works order number for you. It will also put in the reported date automatically when you're setting it. So if you need to change that, you can. You've got a preferred start date. So you've got the report date, and then you can also add in the preferred start date that you need it to be started by. You've got the quote here, but we're not doing that yet because we haven't actually put a supplier in. You can select who's actually reporting it. Okay, so it might be the tenant, it could be the landlord, it could be yourselves as well. So we're going to go with the tenant. Who the property is managed by, so you can change that as well if that's not quite correct on there. You've got your maintenance and your management type, and then you've got your priority that you can select. You've got your billing name, so this is going to be billed to the landlord through the property record, and the access details has automatically set it to be the tenant because there is a tenant in there. If there was no tenant in there, you would select between the two, if it's yourselves that are going to give them access or the landlord is going to give them access. You can put in a summary of the job, the description and internal notes. I haven't done the supplier as of yet, because what you can do, because I've had this question recently, is what if we've got the job, but we don't actually have a contractor as of yet? What you simply can do is put in the summary of the job. So I'm just going to put bathrooms and toilets, and I'm just going to put taps dripping, causing wet floor in first bathroom. Good spell this morning. First bathroom. Okay, so that's kind of a bit more of a description. You can put as an intense description on that when you want a full description for your contractor to be able to see exactly what they need to do. You've got internal notes in here as well. So this is anything internal that if you're all communicating, you're using the same dashboard. I'll show you where you can find these afterwards. You're using the same dashboard and you're putting notes in to say spoke to the contractor or contractor's not available till XYZ date. But also remember you could put a note on the contractor's record as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you who has left that note. So recommendation is to put initials against it as well so you can see. You can upload any files into here, so whether that be any particular pictures, for example, in regards to the property maintenance that's been reported. I'm just going to grab any picture just to show you how this works. Okay, and then what it gives you the option from here, you're able to select it and then you can email it. So here comes your email templates again. So you see how this all flows in together. So what you can do is you can send an email out to the landlord, for example, to say, let's go for an example that, you know, this is the problem that's being issued. This is the pictures of it. Would you cover this within the tenancy agreement? Okay, so you can send that out, and then that records on Alto as well. If, like I said, for example, you don't quite have a contractor yet, you can just simply save that works order. Then you can see from here that will just sit against the property record as no supplier instructed. So it's not going to be anywhere in regards to obviously on the supplier's record, but on your main dashboard as well, under your property management dashboard, you've got your works order widget. We click into status, and we've got new requests. It should have my request on here. You'll see here, it's got the works order in there, but it's got no supplier added. So you can easily come back in and access that works order from here. So I'm going to open it back up, and it gives me access back into this works order. And then I'm going to select my supplier. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to put RD Construction as an example, if it's going to find it. There we go. Here's my supplier. He is a carpenter. And then I can confirm here. One thing to highlight here, so this is good for your records as well, is that this is highlighting that this particular contractor that I have on the database does not have any up-to-date public liability insurance. So it's just saying to me, am I sure that I want to continue with putting this works order on? I'm just going to click yes. It's not stopping you from producing the works order. It's just really highlighting to you that they don't have the public liability, and to go in and sort of update your records, contact them, say we need an updated public liability insurance certificate off you. So I'm just going to put not available today as an example. Okay. So then if I can just save this again before instructing, but what I'm going to do is I want to request a quote of him just to see how much he's going to charge in regards to doing this works order. So I'll simply do request a quote, works order needs to be saved, click yes. And again, you can see it's giving me that highlight again that he does not have his public liability insurance with that nice orange red triangle. I don't know where I got orange from, but click on yes. Then that has now moved out of the new requests. If we go into my dashboard in here, and he's gone down into my quotes requested. So down the bottom here, we can see 4th of the 12th. Okay, so you can see here the quote's been requested to him. If I give a quick click on his record, you can see the email that's actually been sent out as well. So if I click on that email, you'll see that's what's been sent, and then the PDF is attached with that request. Let me just share that one. So you'll see here, the quotation request has gone out to this particular contractor. Okay, so back onto here, quotes come back in. It will not come back in via this way into the works order as well, but when the quote comes back in, you can add the quote in here. For example, it's going to cost £150. Another little tip that you can do is when you go to add the charge, you can upload the supplier's invoice in there, their final invoice for the works. But what you can also do to keep everything in one place is also upload into here their quote as well. So you've got it within the works order record. The next point, happy, it's been accepted. We're just going to instruct him. So we've got the instruction on here. It's asking us to save. Again, it's still alerting us that there's no public liability insurance. We click on yes. That has now gone out of this box in here to your suppliers instructed. But what you can also do, you can see that I was scrolling up and down, is I can literally just go in and search for him. Put a space in there. RD Construction. I'm giving the space. Bear with me. Let me just put Anthony. You'll see here, I can search here. For example, Anthony Fawkes, it's coming up with that because the supplier's name comes under Anthony. And I can just find that particular works order. And then he'll go out, and he's obviously been instructed. But just to show you, on here, we've got the email that's gone out. Please proceed with the attached works. This comes out very, very small on my page. So if I just make it slightly bigger so you can see, you'll see here the works order and the information for him to go and complete the job. Okay, so going back to this on this screen here, a couple of little tips. The last part that you're going to do obviously is go in. Once that job's been done, you can go in and you can add the charge on here as well, and you can attach the supplier's invoice in there. Okay, that's more of your account side of it. Some little tips in here. Always recommend you can go in through here and you've got your works orders, you can select, you've got priority. That's not going to give you a true reflection of how many outstanding works orders that you actually have. If you go, because it's just done by the priority, if you go into the status, this is where you're going to see that I've got 48 outstanding works orders. The purple one up here is the unacknowledged. That's if you want to learn more about that at some point. That's if you have the property file side of it available, so where your tenants are reporting their own maintenance through their property file as well, and they come into here as an unacknowledged. I'll just open one up to give you an example. So the unacknowledged one, the only option that we do actually have within here, once it decides it wants to open, is we can either accept it or reject it. That's it. That's all we have. You will get an email notification to say new works order has come in, and then basically you can either accept it or reject it. If you accept it, the tenant's going to get an email to say that their request has been acknowledged. If you do reject it, they will get an email to say it has been cancelled. Okay. Some little tips, like I said, you can search, you can filter these down as well. So I can go by the different, say, for example, preferred start dates. I can move them up and down, and I can search for particular contractors in here or particular jobs that need doing. Another little tip that I do have with this is also in your property record, you can also add preferred suppliers. I'm just going to give this a refresh because we've actually got a supplier on here on this job. So you'll see there, we've got the job. Also, when you're coming in here as well, if you've got quite a few jobs on here, you can filter these down as well. So you can filter down between your new requests, your on holds, complete, invoicing, received, for example. But what you can also do is add a preferred supplier onto here. So if you've got a preferred cleaner that does all of your cleaning on your properties as well, I can select her, for example, as my preferred supplier. I can put any notes in there for about, how she works or when days she's available. But if I went to go and put a job in now through this property, so if I went in to go and add a works order, and then I select a supplier, she will be now at the top of my list with a star. You can add brand new suppliers from here as well. I can go in and I can select a supplier, but I've also got the option to add a quick add of a new one in here as well. So whether you want to put something like the gas box in there, say for example, gas box, if I click on OK and then confirm, I can put information in there and I can say located at the back of the property. That just helps when you're going in to book jobs in as well. So that's with your works orders, like I said, but you can also, you've doing it through the property, but you can also go into your contact records. You can see I've got gas box set up, so that's an overall one. I can go in here and I can go into my suppliers record directly as well and do exactly the same thing. You'll see I've got a few on here and I can create a works order. The only difference on this side is you need to put the property in there. If the property's got a tenant in there, it will automatically populate the tenant's information. One little tip as well is these 3 or 4 top ones, if you change them from within here, it will not affect it within regards to the actual on your dashboard. But when you're coming in to do this, say for example, you've got jobs that are complete, you're awaiting an invoice, that will work. Okay. So moving on, because I'm aware of time, I've got 2 more areas that I need to show you in regards to this. So I'm going to do a really, really quick overview of the key flow side of it, because we've obviously covered it quite a lot in the past year. So this is available for your, for lettings or sales. So going into a property record, and we've got an instructed property in here. As you can see, we've got the brand new workflow. We've got the verification checks if you've got that switched on as well. We've got the terms of business available, your owner questionnaires, your manage your media, your listing content, and then your owner listing approval. So when this property is at point of instruction, we will go into here, which will take us through to this brand new workflow that we have. You can go in and you can order verification checks for your owner as well. So if I go in here, it's just going to take me into here and it's asking what type of check that I want to do. We did a webinar on this a couple of months ago, which went into more depth on that. We've then also now, we've got our terms of business. I'm just going to close those down. So last week I went through on the webinar, you can catch the recording of how to create your terms of business in your letter templates. But what you can do, as long as it's an ad hoc template, you can now generate this and you can send this to your owner from here, and it's now going to generate the document. Okay, so what you're able to do is it will generate the document and then it will come up to say that you can review it, you can finalize it, and then you're able to send it out from Alto to your owner, your landlord, to your vendor or your landlord, and that's when it can activate them to be able to register for Keyflow. While that's actually, it's done it quite quickly for me. So I'm going to go in and you can see here, I've got my terms of business has come up that I can go in and review. I can add any extra bits in that I need to add in as well. Once it's good to go, I can select finalize, and then I can finalize the document. Okay, and then if I come back into this screen, you'll see here, it's going to take a moment for that to update. So I'm going to jump into the next section before, because I'm sort of aware of the time that we have. In your pre-marketing, this is where you're able to send out the property information questionnaire. So I can send that task as well. And again, it will then activate. If this is the first thing that you do, this is the first thing that will activate to the owner with the Keyflow registration. You can send that off and then they'll fill that out and then it comes back in. Anything that is done through Keyflow goes up here and it's under your client activity. And you're able to see everything that you have actually sent out. I'm just going to do by all branches. So, for example, we've got terms of business and property details form. You can see here, we've got a list here of things that have been sent. So I've literally just sent this one this morning and it's waiting for the owner to come back once they've filled it in. So back into here. We go into the owner questionnaire. I'm going to go into the e-sign in a minute because that should be ready for me to actually send out. You're able to upload any documents into here as well. So whether that would be your gas safety certificates, for example, it could be your EICRs, any kind of safety certificate that needs to go in there. So if I just quickly open that in. Okay. You can also start to compile your listing from here. So you can go and you can edit that section. Choose the pictures that you want to put. So you've got your pictures ready to go. So I'm just going to grab a few quickly. And I'm also going to add a floor plan in here as well. Okay. And what you can see here, it's got organize and caption with AI. So I'm just going to click on upload. And what this does quite quickly is it will upload these photos. As you can see, it says pixels, it says, you know, just numbers, no actual titles to it. So what it's actually doing is it's organizing it for you and it's creating, it's set the photos up, it's labeled them, you can edit the labels that are on there, and it's also recognized that the floor plan is a floor plan and it's put it under the floor plan section. If you had any brochures, you can upload your brochures in there as well. And also, if you've got any video links, you can add any video links in there. Video or links, should I say. So you can add videos and video and extra links as well. Your pricing is in there. So you can see there our pricing. And if it changes to auction, you can change it there. In here, the property details, this is the information that comes through on the questionnaire. So when you send that questionnaire out via Alto, any information that has been filled in and sent back by the owner or by the owner of the property would populate in here. I'm just going to add a few bits in. Also, they can check their council tax band. So there's all different information in here, which would have been filled. Hopefully, most of it would have been filled in by the actual owner of the property for you. Okay, so if I just scroll down, I'm just putting a couple of bits in just to give you a view. Okay, so it's just stopping me from saving for some reason. So let's just have a quick look. There we go. It's the year. That's why. So you can see here some information starting to populate in there. We've got mains area, we've got the water supply is mains, electric supply, and then what you can do is you've got your summary and key points. So in here you can manually add your key points in yourself, or what you can do is you can get AI to generate it, and in less than 30 seconds AI should generate this nice 10 key points and a nice summary for you. You can simply hit generate, but you can also prompt this. So we could say, for example, avoid using nettled, professional language, just kind of how you want it written, and then anything else you want to prompt it with. And you would simply click generate. Okay, and then as you can see here, it's created us 10 nice key points, which again, you can remove any, you can edit them. And it's also written a lovely description for us, avoiding using the word nestled and in a professional language. Again, you can edit, but you can simply save and close. Taking its time to save this morning. You've also got your long descriptions. So this is where you can go in and you can add in any lead in, lead out text. You can add your own paragraphs in. So if you've got paragraphs in regards to like the area of the property as well. But you can simply also click generate with AI. So what it's going to do is it's going to create the room descriptions from the information that it has, and it's going to generate it. I'm going to move swiftly through this. We've then got our energy efficiency. So you can see here, you've got your descriptions in here. We've then got our energy efficiency. Just going to save and close that as well. And you can also link out to the government website to see the website, sorry, in regards to the EPC certificate as well. And then finally, you've also got your mapping. So on here, I can edit this and I can move that pin around and then change the view that way. And then the final thing that you're going to do on this part of it is you would send the task to the owner to approve the listing. So again, they're going to get a notification from Keyflow. Finally, at the bottom of here, you've also got your prepare a brochure, which you can either copy from the listing that you've already set up. You can link the rooms with AI, and you can also view the brochure as a PDF. And then the final bit, when everything's done, they've come back in, they've said, yes, that's great, you know, please publish this, let's get going. They've done the property information questionnaire. You can simply click ready to market, and you'll see here your portals come up, and you can update your portals. If I go back to the property record, you're going to see now that everything has been completed and done, and it's all published to the portals. Like I said, this is very, very quick overview of everything. If you need further sort of help with this, please do reach out in the chat as well to say you would like further training in regards to this. My final bit, I'm going to quickly run into this, is the analytics. I think I'm doing okay for time, aren't I, Emma, as well?
Absolutely fine.
Perfect. So my final bit is the analytics. So as you would probably notice on your database, we've always had the classic reports. They are still there, but we've also now got Alto analytics. So when we go through to here, you've got a range of reports that are available. Okay, so if you've got this here as well, you've also got your AI version where you can actually ask to create a certain report. So I'm going to look at two reports. I'm going to look at a sales report, and I'm going to look at a lettings report with you as well. Up here, you've also got the option to leave your feedback. You've got a product walkthrough, and you can view any release notes as well. So firstly, going into the property management maintenance one, which I think is a great report, especially for property managers. So as an example, I've already saved this one on here. I'm just going to reset the dashboard quickly. So on here, I've got my branch. You can select between your branch names, your landlord names, your property address, your property manager, your supplier, category of work, works orders, properties, if it's archived or not. We've also got the options up here. If you're looking at your open works orders, your completes, if you've got multiple branches, you can do a little branch comparison as well. But you can also go in here and you can schedule reports as well. So you can create a schedule and you can manage the schedule. Reports are generally updated in analytics every couple of hours, but I'm just going to break this down now. So I'm going to put this into my branch. So we got this one, apply, and then I'm going to ignore the landlord and everything. But what I want to do is my supplier. So this is quite a common question, is in regards to how do I advise one particular supplier how many outstanding jobs that they've got. So we can go in here, say, for example, British Gas. And then what you'll be able to see is we've got our 14 open works orders with British Gas. We've got 2 complete works orders, but we've got more sort of parts down here. We've got suppliers with the most open works orders. We've got priority and status. It's a very visual looking type of report, but there's other things that we can do with this data. So in here for my open works orders, I can click these 3 dots and I can show the underlying data. In this underlying data, it's going to show us all the works orders numbers, the property addresses. It's going to show the priority, the works order summary, who the company, obviously it's going to be British Gas because that's who we've refined it down to, and the reported dates. But it doesn't stop there, because what you can do is you can go in and you can edit your columns. So you can add any extra additional information into the columns that you need to, that is relevant for this particular report. The other good thing that you can do is down the bottom here, you can see download CSV. So you can download that as a CSV file and you can attach that to an email that you've created in Alto to go to your particular supplier saying, these are the lists of all your outstanding jobs. Please, can you confirm when these will be completed? What else you can do on here as well is you can see, for example, you've got your priority. If I right click on here, you can see here, you can totally drill down into the data as well. So I can go in and I can say property as gas supply. And I can see here, it tells me 5 properties does actually have a gas supply. And then from there, I can go in and I can see the underlying data again. So there's lots and lots that you can do in there. You can also, with these reports, if you've got this report that you want, you can also save that report as well. So if you want to save the view of this report, you can give it a name like I did earlier. Okay, and we can save that report. So there's quite a bit that you can do within these reports. And like I said, it's got quite a lot of data, and you've got your completed works orders, your branch comparison as well. If I go back to the main screen, just have a quick look at a sales one. So you've also got an option of sales ones on here once it loads. We've got sales performance as an example. We've got sales pipeline. So I can say on my sales performance one, you've got exactly the same thing. You can go in, you can select your branch, you can filter your dates, your negotiators, you can look at what appraisals, instructions, viewings, offers, exchange completed, and you've got exactly the same. You can schedule these reports, you can present them, you can download them as a PDF. You can see on this one as an example, we've got our booked appraisals, you've got the underlying data in there again, you can drill down into your data again as well, and you've got all the information within there. The good one about this one as well with the appraisals, we can see here, for example, you can also see the appraisal booked by and the appraisal who it's been booked for. So you also get a good kind of number and overview of exactly how many have been booked by a certain person, because you can drill down that data even more. Because I'm up here, let me scroll back up to the top, you've got here your negotiator as well. So you can look into the data and see exactly how your negotiators are doing, whether what they're booking, what they're actually going out to do as well. I'm going to park it there because we will run out of time, but that was hopefully quite a good sort of overview of everything. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and pass back to Emma. Like I said, if there's anything that you need, any further information or any help, then obviously we can reach out to us as well.
Thank you so much, Mads. That was amazing to see so much content there. And I know from the comments that would have been super helpful to so many people on the call, especially looking at the key flow side of things. There's been a lot of comments asking about that as well. So we're going to give Mads a break from talking, because that was a lot for her to give to us, which was incredible to see. I'm now going to play a video for you on prospecting. So I mentioned it earlier as one of the things that we focused on this year. Please do drop a comment in the chat. If you can't hear it, it should be playing audio, but you just never know with these things, do you? So we will give it a go. You should be able to hear it once it's...
Looking to win more instructions with less chasing? We've so. Alto's brand new prospecting tool helps you do just that. It uses real-time property data to highlight the homes most likely to come to market and gets you in front of them first. See who's about to sell before they even list. And the best part? Once you've found them, Alto Prospecting does all the communication automatically, so you don't have to lift a finger. Whether sales or lettings, looking for new valuation opportunities can be time-consuming and hit and miss. Alto Prospecting changes that. Get the data, tools, and automation to reach the right people at the right time in just a matter of minutes. Take a look at properties that have been reduced, withdrawn, or fallen through. Find out who they were on the market with and their full address to get in contact. Search by specific properties, price ranges, or dates. Use the list or use the area search to draw your target area, or drop in a postcode and instantly surface properties that meet your ideal criteria. Filter by ownership length, property type, last sale date, tenure, and so much more. Tailor the search to exactly what you're looking for. You're now looking at high potential homes, many of which may be thinking about their next move. Once you've got your list, use the built-in templates to generate mailers and start your outreach instantly. Or for that extra edge, why not design your own templates with your own tailored messaging? It's simple to do, but very effective. Once you've chosen your target audience and template, let Alto Prospecting handle the rest. Everything from letter generation and personalization to scheduling and delivery is done on autopilot. Alto Prospecting uses Spriff's live property data. No more broad, ineffective campaigns. Instead, you get more valuations without increased market spend, less admin, and more time to close deals. Intelligent targeting and higher conversion rates. Alto's prospecting tool helps you work smarter, not harder. Want to see it in action? Book a free demo today.
So yeah, I hope that gives you a little bit more oversight into what prospecting is. And I mentioned it before at the start about how you can use it as sort of like marketing and touting tool. That gives you a little bit of a view over to what it looks like. But let us know in the comments again if you want more information on that. If you want to book a free demo with it, we'll include the video as well in the follow-up email so you can rewatch it and get a better idea of what that is as well.
And it's also going, sorry, I'm just going to put in there, it's also going down the bottom of the screen there. They can click on that to take them through to the demo.
Wonderful. Lovely. Right, we will now move on. I believe I am inviting Phil Barrett to the call.
Hello.
Speaker. Thank you, Phil. Over to you.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Phil. For those of you I haven't met, I'm from the solutions team, and I really do have the pleasure of announcing a fantastic new property management feature that will be available in Alto in the new year. We know that certificate renewal process can be time consuming, manual process that eats into valuable time that could be better spent. So with Alto's new Auto Cert feature, you can let Alto manage your complete certificate renewal process for you. Using agentic AI directly integrated with Alto, we are bringing in this feature which can save you and your teams 80% of admin time per renewal, leaving you to concentrate on the things that mean most to you. Setup is quick and easy with fully customizable workflows built around your personal processes and portfolio management types. AutoCert can take care of the whole process of certificate renewals, from the point that the compliance date is flagged as coming up to being due, to notifying and communicating with all the relevant stakeholders, using templated emails that you can fully customize, creating works orders, arranging for works to be completed based on preferred suppliers, right the way through to checking, uploading and sharing completed certificates, updating the management date, and even adding the charges to Alto. Communications and emails, certificates and invoices are also automatically added to your Alto system. All of this happens in the background. However, you have full control over your workflows. So with access to the AutoCert dashboard, you will have the ability to completely customize the agent processes around your own personal scenarios, and will also have full visibility of every task that the AI agent is completing and every email that is sent and received. So to summarize, utilizing agentic AI, AutoCert takes away the stress and manual work of managing certificate renewals by automating the entire process seamlessly, intelligently, and all within your Alto software. There will be further communications going out regarding this soon, so keep your eyes peeled for the release. But if you are interested in getting early access, please do reach out to your account manager. And I think I'm handing over to Vic. Thanks.
Phil, thanks, Phil. That's absolutely awesome. Blows my mind every single time. Morning, everyone. Really good to see so many of you dialed in this morning. I'm Vic Clark. I head up the customer success team at Alto, and I've got the privilege of giving you a bit of a sneak peek at some of the exciting changes that the new year are going to bring. So let's sort of look forward and take a bit of a look at the future. As we've already mentioned, we've made huge and continue to make huge investments in our products and in you, the valued customers. So I want to pivot slightly and give you a quick and super exclusive preview of a much bigger, really exciting change that's coming to the Alto platform in 2026. Over the last year, the entire team here have been doing a lot of listening. We've been running product pilots, sitting down with countless customers, from the small independents right up to the national groups, and looking really hard at how you actually use Alto every single day. And the feedback has been really consistent. You've told us 4 key things loud and clear. The first is that you want more automation to cut the day-to-day admin burden. 2, you want more value included as standard, so right out of the box. 3, you would love some more support in understanding how to get the max out of Alto on a day-to-day basis. And 4, you just want a simpler way to understand exactly what your Alto subscription gives you. So from early next year, we are fundamentally enhancing what is included in your subscription. For the vast majority of you, Alto is just simply going to feel more powerful without really having to change a thing. What you're going to see is more smart workflows and process automation, more instant and intuitive analytics, reporting and insights, stronger and complementary coverage in key compliance areas like e-sign, ID and AML checks, and addressing point 3, a whole new calendar of enablement and adoption sessions to ensure that you and your teams are best placed to get the max value from the software. We're also simplifying how we package Alto, which means it will be crystal clear what you get as standard and what additional options are available if you've got specialist needs. So the big picture here is that we're expanding what is included in standard core subscription for Alto, which means every single one of you will receive new capabilities designed to save time, boost performance, and dramatically reduce the admin workload. And that enhanced offering will come as standard for everyone. We will also be launching an optional tier specifically built for those agencies that we know want even higher operational efficiency, which offers deeper workflow automation, even richer reporting, elite training options, elite support services, as well as cutting-edge AI-powered productivity to help scale faster than ever before. One area in particular that we've put notable focus in of late is our e-sign offering. You told us that Alto needed to match or actually even beat the standalone tools on compliance, security, auditability. And in response, we're rolling out a completely new and upgraded, fully compliant e-sign experience in the new year. And the great news is we will be including usage within the standard Alto subscription under the new structure. Now, don't worry, we will share exactly what the monthly allowances are for both e-sign and your ID and AML, along with all the finer details in separate comms really soon. But the headline that you need to know today is that you're going to get so much more from us in 2026 and beyond. These extra allowances and advanced capabilities will combine, hopefully, to supercharge your business for a much bigger and a much better 2026 and beyond. And the great news is you do not need to do anything today. Sit tight. All of the enhancements will start to land in the new year. So just keep your eyes and ears peeled. Full details will be winging their way to you before Christmas. So it's an early Christmas present. And we are incredibly excited about what this means for just about 2026 in general, how efficient you can be, and just how, you know, supporting you in your growth across 2026 and beyond. And we really hope you are too. Back to you, Em.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Vic. Yeah, fantastic to see so much coming in 2026. Lots to be excited about there as well. We are running behind, you know, we should be wrapping up about now. We have just got a few minutes more. If you need to drop off, please do. We're going to send you the recording anyway, so you can watch the last few minutes at a later date if you need to. If you do have a few more minutes to stick around with us, that's amazing as well. So I'm just going to shout out our partner of the month. As I mentioned earlier, we've got so many incredible partners that we've chosen specifically to support you day to day, but it's hard to keep track of what's available. Our partner of the month this month is Akaboom, and they're a UK-based property tech company focused on helping agents win more instructions. And they do this by transforming the entire market appraisal journey. So instead of agents showing up with a folder of paper printouts, Akaboom provides a slick, more digital and interactive experience for the homeowner. So they get a digital pre-appointment presentation to warm up the client. They use an interactive presentation on a tablet to showcase market data and comparable properties. And then after the appraisal, they send a digital proposal too. So do let us know if you want any more information on Akaboom. Fantastic partner to take a look at just to elevate your market appraisals there. You can drop the word Akaboom in the chat if you want to. I've just shown the pop-up on screen there as well. On Alto, under the tools drop down, so next to the help button, you'll see there's an integrations section. That's where you can see all of our integrations, and you can browse them by category and just see what's out there and see what's available. There's a little description on each one as well. And yeah, you can let us know if you want any more information on that. Quickly moving on, we are going to skip the Q&A because we are already running over, but all of your questions that have come in via the Q&A, we will do a Q&A follow-up sheet. So everyone will receive all the answers to all of the questions that have been asked. So complete visibility after the webinar with the follow-up email and with the recording as well. Do remember, I've been calling it out in the chat as we've been going along. Alto Skills is there. You can watch webinars on here. There's training on here. It's a really, really handy thing. You've all got access to it. You've now got single sign-on and you can access it straight from Alto. So you'll see there under the help button, you can directly link through to Alto Skills, and that's where all of your training lives. And yeah, register for webinars, watch previous webinars as well. I've been linking it throughout. You've also got the help center as well. Do use that for a quick answer. There's loads of articles on there, step-by-step guides to answer any quick questions that you might have or need. We've also got bespoke training offerings as well. You can either scan the QR code or under the doc section, there is a link to our bespoke training. You can talk to one of our trainers like Mads and they will take you through what you want to cover. So it can be a real bespoke one-to-one training session for you. So just know that that's available, but I am going to blitz through this so I don't keep you here all day. So finally, you should see a survey pop up on screen now, and that gives you a chance to be entered into our next competition that will be starting from now and running into the new year. We've also got our prize draw for our previous competition, which was to win an Alto Elite training session, which was worth £264. So big prize there, and a really fantastic prize for someone to get that one-to-one training for their business. So I am not going to hold us up anymore. I'm just going to bring our wheel of names straight over. So you should be able to see that. So you know it's all live. That's nothing preset here at all. So these are all of our entrants who have entered into feedback over the last few months. So we're going to give it a spin. And our winner is... looks like Cameron. Well done. Cameron from King Estate Agents might not even be on this call because we've done it across loads of different webinars. We'll get in touch with you, Cameron, individually to claim your prize. But other than that, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Really, really appreciate you spending the time with us, especially an hour to cover everything that we've had today. And thank you so much to our guest speakers as well, to Phil and Vic. You've been fantastic. And a big, big thank you to Mads for giving us such an amazing demo. You've done an incredible job.
No problem. Thank you very much. And that survey has been up for a couple of minutes already, so the people should be able to see it. Remember to respond in that survey, because that's what gets you entered into our competitions as well.
Amazing. And Merry Christmas, everyone. An early Merry Christmas from us.
We will be back next year.
You in February. I think we're taking a bit of a break in January just to regroup and make sure we've got some amazing content for you in February. But we'll give you plenty of notice to sign up for the next webinar as well. But thank you. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.